First of all, obviously transfer window, lots of rumours, speculation flying around. Can you clear up a couple of things? First of all, Etienne Capoue linked with Napoli. Is there any movement on that?
There's no movements as far as I'm concerned. I think Franco might be working in the background regarding a lot of transfers. I've heard nothing concrete regarding Etienne Capoue or any other players here. The only one is Ryan Fredericks, who's gone on loan to Millwall this morning.
So in terms of that, you say things might be going on elsewhere. Do you continue to plan with the squad you have, thinking these players are going to be at my disposal?
Yeah, especially in the midfield area, we've got quite a lot coming back now, and we're okay in that area of the field. You know, we have been short in the defence, but these guys started to train now. Yunus Kabul, Jan Vertonghen. So it will be very soon. They'll be back in contention.
People have been suggesting that you might be prepared to sort of streamline the squad. I mean, if there are players perhaps on the verge of going, are you prepared to see people go?
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, I think that as long as they're the right players and the ones I don't want to take us forward, then I'm happy. You know, you can only go with a certain amount of players, and obviously the pressure's on because it's a World Cup year. You know, for a lot of these players. It's important that they play. We can't guarantee that they're going to get a maximum game time, but we certainly won't be leaving ourselves short. And if no one left, I wouldn't be shedding any tears over that either.
So you say you wouldn't want to see anyone go. You might identify the ones that you do want. Have you outlined those players to Franco Baldini and said, look, I'll be prepared to let this one go?
Yeah. We've had discussions, yeah, but these it's almost a case of sometimes supply and demand, you know, and especially with some of the guys who I'm still getting used to and getting to know. I've got a certain amount of trust in other players before some others, but the longer I'm with them on the training field, the more I'm getting to know and the more I'm getting attached to some of the new players as well. So. We've got fantastic players here at the club, and as I say, if we was to lose no one, I wouldn't shed any tears. But we have to understand that there is pressures from this end of season's World Cup that the players want to play. But my priority is obviously to keep us as strong and competitive as possible, and I won't be making any decisions based on any national team.
Is Etienne Capoue one of those players that you prepared?
He's a new player, so he's obviously one that I've read a lot of speculation about, but all I can say on regard to Etienne Capoue is that he's never caused me a minute problem here. We've had a good relationship. He realises that I used Nabil Bentaleb in front of him, and not only him and Lewis Holtby and a few other players in the midfield area, because I knew the young boy and I trusted that him. Etienne has played. He played at Old Trafford, and he's been asked to play in reserve games to keep up his fitness along with other players, and they've done that and never caused me a minute's problem. So it's not been an issue between us. It's just the fact is I'm still getting to know some of these new players, and I know the other ones better.
Has he indicated that he'd like a move?
He's never mentioned it to me, no.
Lewis Holtby is another one that again has been heavily mentioned that could be on his way to Schalke as well. Is he in your plans, but is he also perhaps one of those that if you are going to streamline, you might be prepared?
Why they're at the football club, they're all in my plans, yeah, and I will plan to win a game. And if I think Lewis Holtby or Etienne Capoue or Nasser Chadli or whoever it may be, or Michael Dawson, if they can benefit me with the team where we're playing up next, then I will use them.
I've seen it written that having let Lewis Holtby go to Schalke might open the door for Draxler to go to Arsenal. But what other transfers might transpire influence any decisions that are made here?
I don't know. I think I'm just looking after myself. You know, I don't look at what Arsenal have got to do. You know, we've got enough things to worry about here. So, certainly haven't got my eye on what Arsenal are trying to do in the transfer market.
Jermaine Defoe is one who has gone. Does that mean that he perhaps in the market for a striker, bearing in mind that he hasn't played much in the Premier League, but he does contribute goals?
Yeah, he always scored goals, especially he scored fantastic goals in the Premier League. No, we're not looking for a striker. I've said a couple of weeks ago or last week when it was announced that Jermaine would leave, that we've got enough attacking options here, and players who can score goals, and it's their opportunity to move forward.
I've talked a lot about potential players going out. Is there their activity in terms of bringing players in? Have you identified players you'd like to bring in?
No.
Do you envisage anything this window?
Not at the moment, no. And the only, it looks to me like this week we've had 4 or 5 new signings, because it's been the first time I've seen 4 or 5 of them on the training field. So we've I don't think a lot of clubs have spent the money what we spent and brought in 7 players over the summer. So it's very difficult to find the quality in January which is going to strengthen you. Not to say that if we had an epidemic between now and the end of the window, then we could look. But we're just generally looking, but we're not actively trying to sign anyone.
It's your first window as a manager. What have you made of it? Is it a pressured experience? Is it something you've enjoyed or something you could do?
Nah, I'm cool with it. You know, I'm happy with the squad we got. I just want to work with the players who I've got here. I do realise that it takes an awful lot of time sometimes. Some players hit the ground running straight away. It takes time for players to settle, so we're seeing that with some of the new boys. And to bring in another player now, would he be settled by the end of the season? You might get lucky with 1 or 2, but the risk over reward might be too great for us.
Do you think that seems to be the general feeling? Because we haven't seen a huge amount of activity from other clubs as well. Do you feel that the other clubs are thinking perhaps this isn't the right time to buy, we're going to stick with the squad we've got?
Possibly. I mean, you generally see teams around the bottom of the division trying to strengthen. And I would say they strengthen with players who are proven in the Premier League, have a little bit of experience, so the managers know what they're getting when they bring them in. But we're in a different market to that. And as I say, I fully trust the squad what I've got for us to be very competitive between now and the end of the season.
From your point of view, the time you've been in charge, results have been pretty impressive so far. What's your assessment so far? Are you starting to think this manager lark is actually a little bit easy, or are you looking at it and thinking that maybe this is a new manager bounce? I've got to be really wary of what lies around the corner in the next couple of months. I'm
realistic. I know that there's tougher tests to come. You know, we've come over some tough games and we've done well, especially in the Premier League, and we're happy the way it's going at the moment. And we've got a belief in the squad that we'll win every time we take the field, even if we have, like we did last week, not a good performance in the first half. We have got that mentality to turn it around, and we've certainly got the quality to be able to do that. So, no, I'm under no illusions. I know it's a tough job, no matter where you manage, at what level. But this is a big club with a lot of expectation, and I'm fully aware of that, and I was fully aware of that when I took over.
Another away fixture. The away form's been fantastic pretty much all season, so it's been very consistent. What's been key, and why is that away form?
I think generally because we've got good players, and if they perform well, if they get prepared well enough and they perform well enough on the day, then we should beat most teams in this division. There is certainly levellers. When you come up against some of the top teams who have been there year on year out, but if we apply ourselves correctly and match a lot of the teams in the division with effort and desire, then our quality will shine through and we'll invariably win the game.
Swansea, in contrast, their home form has been pretty patchy all season. So you go there and look at a team that's pretty much right for the taking as you go on each round.
We go there expecting to do very well in the game, but we obviously show them the respect they deserve. They've got good players who on their day could influence the football match, but we also have got good players, and we will be worrying about ourselves, but at the same time showing them the respect.
We saw last week top 7, as people refer to a top 7 these days, but everyone won down to 7th place. Is it almost a case now that what would be considered perhaps a good away point isn't good enough now? You've got to pretty much be winning, with the danger of being cut to drift if you don't keep it.
Yeah, I mean we only look at what we can do, but it's nice, after the game if you come in and look at the teams in and around you if they drop points, and you're quite right in saying that it doesn't happen very often, so it's important that you do pick up maximum points when you can, and we'll be looking to do that on Sunday.
And just finally from me, team news, anyone back that are not back ahead of schedule perhaps, or any new injuries to concern?
There's quite a lot in contention for the weekend, so yeah, we're happy with the numbers we've got and with the strength of the squad what we have going into this game on Sunday.
More broadcast?
So many of the defenders like the ball or the
No, they're not in contention. Not for this Sunday. But they're back in training and moving along nicely. So hopefully, our next game, which gives us a little break as well after this weekend, they should be in contention for that Man City game. They're both training, so they'll certainly be in contention. Yeah. Yeah, they're quiet one. He gives us a different dimension, doesn't he? So we all know what Andros can do. He had a flying start to the season, and we're happy to have him back in the squad.
More broadcast questions? Okay, thank you.